The Night Agent Season 3 has officially released on Netflix. The season follows an FBI agent named Peter Sutherland who gets a new job as a night agent and gets a new mission to find a civilian named Jay, as he holds information that holds terrorist financing, and he gets the help from other agents and a reporter named Isabel to figure out what secrets that Jay is hiding from. This is a small and simple synopsis about the new season. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Manny. I hope that live is doing good as I'm not too bad myself. And in today's video, I'm going to review the third installment of a Netflix original called The Night Agent. And without further ado, let's not waste any time and get right into the video. So as you read the title, I have a bad history with the show. This all started with a trade with one of my closest friends, and that was the fact that if I watched The Night Agent, they would watch Attack on Titan. And boy oh boy did I regret that decision, because I just thought that the first two seasons were just not that good. If anything, I thought they were pretty trash. The best way to describe this show is that season 1 was trash, but season 2 was ass. Like, I was really disappointed with the show. Season 1 focuses a lot on like political conspiracies and terrorist attacks, and then season 2 just focused on like the same thing with terrorist attacks, but with like some chemistry bomb. It felt stupid in my opinion. Things I hated about this show was the acting, the writing, the depth, and the characters. And I know a lot of wondering, if you hated the show, then why give season 3 a shot? I'll be honest, there was something in my head that just said, no, just watch it. Because after watching the trailer, there was just something in my head just said like, maybe the season might be good. But I didn't want to fall for that trap again, because before watching The Night Agent, since like last year in March, I watched the trailer for the show and I honestly thought that it would be a great watch. But like I said before, I was really disappointed. I really wanted to like the show, but it just didn't go to the direction that I wanted to go. So can you imagine my reaction for this season? Because oh my gosh, The Night Agent Season 3 is just absolutely cinema! Oh my gosh, it was cinema! Wow, I cannot even believe the words that I am saying right now. I say that when I'm watching shows like Attack on Titan, Breaking Bad, or just recently School Spirits. So let's start off with this. The acting was so good this season. Gabriel Pascal really gave it his all this season. Especially in the middle of the season, this man was going through the motions and he was just in the middle of breaking down. I'm not even exaggerating. Give this man an Emmy. I think he deserves what he did with this season. I really think he deserves a lot of praise. That's how good the acting was this season, and that praise also goes to Genesis Rodriguez for her role as Isabel. And the characters were actually lovable this time. Throughout the first seasons, I did not like Rose. I hated her character. I think she's annoying. I know there's a lot of people out there saying like, bring back Rose, all this stuff, because Rose is not a part of season 3. And I'll be honest, I think she was holding the show back. I really don't like her character at all. And in the first season, there was like this villain couple that was just always on Peter and Rose's like necks, and they were just so annoying. Every time they were on screen, I just didn't like them at all. But the characters in this season were just so good. In my opinion, Jay is 10 times better than Rose. I don't even know where I can pinpoint exactly where I said, I like this guy. Protect him at all costs. I can't even pinpoint him, but I just know that every time he was on screen, I loved him. I really did. I really enjoy his character. And I also can't even forget that they brought in David Zayas, the guy who plays Angel Bautista in the Dexter series. When I first watched it, I was like, hold up. That's Angel Bautista from Dexter. What the hell? Like, when did he get casted? And then there was characters like Isabel, who I really thought that would be like a Rose 2.0, because she was just so stubborn. But the development was great. And for the first time in the series, I actually gave a damn about these characters. I did not want them to die at all. Even if there were characters that did die, I'll be like, bro, why'd they have to die? Like some of these characters have kids. Like, I'm like, bro, why would you do that? Like this man has a kid, this person has a kid. Oh my god, like, why would you kill off this person? And the second nitpick that I had with the show was the writing. Throughout the last 2 seasons, the writing was absolutely terrible. The writing is so terrible that it's predictable. In the very first episode, I saw how the way that it would end from miles away, and I said, you know what, yeah, the show is done right here, bro. And the plot twists were just dumb and not even that surprising. And the pacing was just too fast. Like, it didn't even make me to like comprehend or like to learn anything. It just throws you into the fire and just like expects you to like it. I was like, bro, like, let me learn something real quick, bro. The way that this show starts is Peter saving like a bunch of civilians in like a train terrorist attack, and then he gets rewarded by becoming a night agent and all that stuff like that. That's how the story begins. And you already know my opinion. It was terrible. But this season had the best writing the last 2 seasons had. Like, I don't even know what the writers were on. Whether they were on crack, coke, weed, hell, even Molly, whatever they were on, keep that up. Keep that up, bro. And then finally, there was the death. In the show, every episode starts with like a flashback, and they're either like just dumb or they just don't know how to use it correctly. That's like having Barry Sanders on your Madden Ultimate team, and you don't know how to run the ball. Just like the Seahawks. Nah, I'm playing. And they were just flashbacks for characters that I didn't even care about. Like in the first season, there's like this bodyguard character, and he has like the story about like saving the president and all that stuff like that, and he gets rewarded, and he just became like very famous on like the internet. And then in one of the episodes, they used the flashback thing, the technique, and they show like his like perspective on how he saved the president, you know, being like in the most like Vanoss gaming way.
What's his kill cam? Tyler jumps in front of it like
he wasn't aiming for me,
Secret Service.
Dude.
Get down, Mr. President! No!
And I was like, bruh, like, that's just dumb. But in this season, they know how to use it in the most efficient way possible. What I love about TV shows is that I get to connect with characters, specifically the main character. For example, like the one character that I can really connect in a show is Dr. Sean Murphy from The Good Doctor, because he is someone who has like the same condition as me, and I could just like relate to him. But in The Night Agent, I can't relate to Peter or just like level with him because I don't know anything about him. Within the first like episode, like where he saves the civilians, it just tells you like, hey, this is our main character, an FBI agent, and we want you to follow him and all stuff like that. It's like, bro, I don't even know who this man is. Like, how do you expect me to like the guy if I don't even know who he is? So yeah, that's what the Night Agent really lacked. And the only thing that we knew about Peter was that his dad was like caught into some controversy, and I don't exactly remember. I think it was treason. But either way, we didn't know much about him. But now, in this new season, we got some lore. We learned about his mom, the way he grew up. No, he didn't grow up in the most, like, he went, like, from home to home. Like, he was moving from house to house, and also, like, he was all over the place. And in the very final episode, really made me happy for him. It's also just the fact of what the final episode is called. And that was really good because now I have a feeling for Peter now. I really love his character. And also there's these two characters that involve like a father and a son. And the father is basically like a sub-villain of this story. And I was just wondering, what purpose do they serve in this story? And using the flashback scenes in one of the episodes, I think it was episode 6, and they answered my question. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was just wondering, where was this the past 2 seasons? Like, this show really has potential to be one like the most underrated shows on Netflix right now. But I was just so disappointed with season 1 and 2. But season 3, absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. They delivered. They absolutely cooked. And before we get to the outro, what is my final rating? I was really skeptical with this season, knowing the history that I have between this show and that I traded it for Attack on Titan. And if it means to watch one of the worst shows that I've ever watched for a close friend of mine to watch one of the best shows that I've ever watched, then I think it's worth a sacrifice. I really do believe it's a sacrifice. And to all my Attack on Titan fans, if you really love my dedication for to have someone to watch like the greatest piece of art in TV media history, y'all gotta respect me. Y'all gotta respect me. This season had one of the best acting, the best writing, a really good lovable characters, and the depth was there. Like that's what the past 2 seasons were just lacking. And I'm really happy they did it, but it just is unfortunate that they did it in the 3rd installment. Like, it doesn't get good until you watch the 3rd season. And that is why I'm going to give The Night Agent Season 3 an A tier. So what does this mean for the show as a whole? I'm going to say this right now. If Season 3 was just as bad as the last 2 seasons, I wouldn't even talk about the show for the rest of my life and for the rest of my career in the content creation world. And in my last video that I will put in the end screen for y'all to watch, The Night Agent was given the title for one of the worst shows that I've ever watched, or specifically the worst show that I've watched in the year of 2025. But guess what? Guess what? If you're here after watching my ranking video, or you're just here to see this video, that's the lore I could give. Night Agent was given the title of the worst show that I ever watched. But with season 3, it really saved it. And that is why I'm gonna bump up the Night Agent from a D tier to a C tier. Wow, what was given the title for the worst show that I've watched in the year 25 just made a comeback, and that is absolutely insane. So that means All American is given the title for the worst show that I've watched in 2025. And if I'm being honest, I was rooting for season 3 to be good. I was really rooting for it to be good. I really wanted it to give the benefit of a doubt for it being at least a good season. I also really thought that this might have been the best season that this show has had, and quite frankly, they delivered. They really delivered. So what's next? I would love to see what they would do with season 4. As of right now, season 4 is not greenlit, but they are talking about it. And whatever they do, I'm excited. I'm really excited. In terms of Netflix shows, I'm really waiting for the final season of Outer Banks, and I like knowing that I have to say goodbye to that. It's like, damn, what am I gonna watch next? This I'm gonna watch next. I'm gonna see what they do, and then see if they can deliver the same way they did with season 3. I am disappointed that this show is mid as a whole, but if you're someone who's into conspiracy, action, or just like thriller, this is your show to watch. And I'll be honest, you might have a better experience than me if you're into that. So you might be in there for a band, TV show, like the same way that I'd be with like Attack on Titan or School Spirits, or I don't know. I'm blanking my stores right now. But whatever happens, have fun. Have fun. That's the best experience that you can have with TV shows or with movies, is to have fun. But if you're someone who has watched the past 2 seasons and you haven't had the time to watch season 3 yet, watch it, because season 3 is a must watch. That's going to do it for me for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and make sure to like and subscribe and share this with a friend if you find my videos very interesting, and that there will be more videos like this where I talk about movie reviews or just TV media in general, because soon enough I'm gonna rank every single Scream movie, including Scream 7, in 2 weeks time, and in next week's video will be a dark style documentary, so be aware of that. So just know that I'm really working hard to spread awareness of mental health, and that there is no gang violence in the Exposition Park or a Crenshaw area, and that I'll make my family, my friends, and my community proud. So that's gonna do it for today. Be good, take care, God bless you, and just note that I'll see y'all in the next upload.